Hey there. So this is the Astro Vibe for Sunday, April 13th, and this Astro Vibe follows Saturday's full moon in Libra that was exact at 5:21 p.m. Pacific time, so 8:21 p.m. Eastern, and the full moon energies are still with us. So I just wanted to do a short astro vibe for today since I did a deep dive on Saturday's video on the actual full moon and the energies of the full moon. So we continue to move through those energies. So rewatch or watch that video if you missed it for that deeper dive into the meaning of the Libra full moon that we are still very much in the light of. So what happens is that the moon goes into Scorpio, and that takes place at 6:53 a.m. Pacific. So what is that? 9:53 a.m. Eastern. And that shift of the moon into Scorpio continues the energy of the Libra full moon, but takes us deeper. It takes us into the deeper truths, deeper process of energies moving inside of us. So things that have been coming to your awareness, right, into your mental capacity for awareness and ideas, and having those light bulbs go off about things that you have been able to get insight into or see more clearly or understand more fully on that mental logical level. And then once the moon goes into Scorpio, we have to process those truths on a feeling level. So we also have, as I mentioned in Saturday's deep dive on the Libra full moon, we have essentially what is a T, not just a T square, but a grand cross. So the full moon, moon opposing the sun, Mars squaring both, and Mars coming into its opposition with Pluto. So really, each of those four planets at the 4 points of a big old square in the sky. And fun fact, what it means when we have a grand cross is that when one of the planets is rising, of the four planets, one is rising, one is setting, one is directly above, and one is directly below, right? And then they continue on as the earth turns, they continue, but they stay in those relative positions to each other, just like all four going around the clock, uh, essentially in the same positions, at least for a period of time. So that's kind of cool. But the point is that the moon is squaring Pluto, and as it goes into Scorpio, it accentuates more of that Pluto energy, bringing in the need to process things at deeper levels, to feel them, to move the energy through our bodies and the way that we feel and process things inward, right? So Scorpio moon can be a time when we feel moody, mood, a moody moon. And so with the moody Scorpio moon, we are externally come across as maybe mysterious or hidden or moody or irritable. But what we're doing is we're needing to do the work on the inner level. So in the inner realm, we are doing this work of feeling things, of energy moving. And so it's hard to put that into words. It's hard to explain it, but it's really important for us to allow ourselves that sacred time and space for things that are sorting themselves out inwardly, to have the time to do that. And that is why Scorpio has this aura of mystery around it, is because it is not logical. It is not something we can explain or understand rationally. It has to be felt. It has to move within us and be processed. So we're developing the energy of the full moon through taking that energy inward and feeling it and letting it move inside of us and feel things. Now, that being said, some alone time could be great, taking a little sacred time and space for yourself, but it can also be a very powerful time to come together with someone you trust deeply. So that, and this Libra full moon, right, is a good time to focus on the power of relationship and the power of working together to move energy, right? And that can be working out a relationship issue that requires emotional honesty and, talking about things that are hard. It can also bring up, or be a good time to have some special time with a friend, with someone you trust deeply, to talk and be heard, to feel the things you feel, to connect to those deeper truths, and just have that sacred time and space together. And so that can be another powerful way of working with this Scorpio moon energy. We also are in the midst of Venus stationing direct, and so that happened at 6:02 p.m. on Saturday. So that's Pacific time, so 9:02 p.m. Eastern. And that, so right in there with the full moon, another reason why that Libra energy is so potent, the energy of being in relationship, of connecting with others and needing to receive and feel what you need at those deeper levels to connect with what helps you feel valued and see value in the world and feel beautiful and see beauty in the world. So those are themes that are up as well. And as Venus stations, what it's doing is it's changing directions from going backward. So Venus retrograde has been with us for a few weeks, and then it's going to go forward again. So Venus going direct will bring us into, slowly at first, but over time, picking up speed, getting more clarity about our values, more clarity about what we value, what brings beauty into our lives, how we receive, where real value is, right? And so having to maybe reevaluate our values. And with Venus starting to move direct in Pisces, that way of seeing beauty in the bigger picture and connecting with bigger picture values. But then Venus will go into Aries soon. It will, and then Venus will go into Aries, and that's just within a few days, and then Saturn will go into Aries later in May. So at any rate, and Mercury is on its way into Aries as well. It's almost there. So there's those three planets in Pisces all about to shift into Aries. Full steam ahead, green light, go. So this is kind of like with this full moon in Libra energy, and now the moon going into Scorpio. This is about processing. It's about letting go of the past. It's about really feeling and surrendering to the process that is unfolding, connecting to what has meaning to you in the bigger picture, naming what has meaning to you in the bigger picture, right? As a way of sort of orienting yourself and getting clear about who you are, where you stand. And that will be your guiding light once those gates open and the Aries energy is with us. So let me give you a little bit more of a clue. Okay, so on it looks like on the 15th or 16th, Mercury goes into Aries, and then Venus Venus goes into Aries around the 30th of April, and then Saturn May 24th. So hopefully that gives you an idea of when those green lights are gonna sort of come on in a series. And so do your inner work, pay attention to your needs, take that sacred time and space, give yourself what you need, because that will be really important as things start to move and unfold, and it's time for action. And not to say it's not time for action now, but now is the time of getting a little more clarity, and so moving forward in ways that help you learn and help you understand more fully, that's all going to be of benefit also as we continue. We continue on in life's journey and as the planets enter Aries. All right. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and I would love for you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I thank you so much for your support, and also invite you to check out my website, astrologyheals.com, for more about how to work with me, get support for your own path of leadership, activism, healing, etc., whatever that is for you. And I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.